Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Nico Salama. How is your morning so far?
My morning is good by the grace of God. Nashukuru sana.
Tell the truth. Okay.
Yeah, the truth is for you. Yeah, and Kopoa.
Ukopoa.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Go Ol Kalou. It's that morning.
You know what?
Yeah, everything is in Ol Kalou.
Yeah, it's all Kalou. Really, it's all Kalou.
Kalou, yeah.
yeah.
Including police, Ol Kalou.
Water cannons, all
Kalou.
We're all in Kalou this morning.
Everything is in Ol Kalou.
Yeah. So today, Ol Kalou decides, but beyond that, beyond apparently, for what we've even been told, for all intents and purposes, maybe more importance has been placed on who's going to be the political bigwig, who's going to then get the bragging rights after this by-election, and not necessarily what is the position or the decision of the people when they actually take the votes.
Are you trying to say that the people have been put on the corner? All you're looking at is who will be having the biggest kahunas coming the 2027 elections?
No, the people have not been put in the corner. People have been put in a barrel, inside the bottle, in a barrel, underground. The people just have not even shown up here, except for receiving here and there. They are actually the currency that bigwigs have paid to buy or gain political expediency
to further their agenda.
That is what we've seen. And tell me something different if that's not the case, and if you're really thinking that it's the people of Ol Kalou who are deciding today, then perhaps we have another thing coming. And we need to be awake to those realities, no matter what. It's Thursday. Good morning. In case you live on Pluto, it's the day when a by-election that is going to determine who the new member of parliament will be for Ol Kalou constituency in Nyandarua County. That's going to happen today.
Who's the governor in Nyandarua County?
Oi, it's forgettable. Can't remember. I'll remember in a minute. But that's the decisions that will be taken today. And of course, we're going to be looking into what's going on there. The polls are going to open in a short while. And if they haven't already, the polls are going to open in a short while and people are going to make the decision. And then in a very short time, we'll then be able to find out what the decision has been. And who will then be able to, again, like we said, get the bragging rights for that particular area just because of that. It should have been that the people get the bragging rights because they're the ones who've made the decision, but the game that we're playing at the moment. So a very good morning to you, everybody. We're delving into that conversation today and a number of other things that will then, take the front seat when it comes to that. Very good morning to you. Our live streams are up on YouTube, Facebook, and on X. It's Dennis Tolaseto and Ndroko with you this morning in the Situation Room. It's Kenya's biggest conversation, and we'll be talking about a number of things around this by-election. And I'll let you know what those are in just a minute. Our live streams are up, like I just said, and a very good morning to our audience on KTN this morning. EVE, Marion, Skitty, Joylene, Mutanu, all the ladies making the things work in the background. A round of applause. I don't say it enough, but I appreciate you. Am I going to have a teary moment? No. But we appreciate everything that you do to then be able to get the wheels of steel turning for us to do this every day. So karibuni sana. Let's get into it with me telling you what it is that we're going to talk about today. It's Ol Kalou Decides, and it starts at 7 a.m. with a conversation just around this and essentially what that looks like. The politics of legalities. Lawyer and political analyst Fanya Mambo Kenuthia joins us at 7 o'clock. And then Ol Kalou Decides again at 8 o'clock with governance and lessons with Chepkoech Towet, who is a governance analyst. She talks with us at 8 o'clock. And in between these hours, of course, we'll be going on the ground. KTN's reporters Ken Gashohi and Alan Ochanda are in Ol Kalou, and we'll be getting, bits and bobs from them in terms of what's happening so that we can be abreast of issues on the ground. And then we'll wrap it up at 9 o'clock with a conversation with Eric Okeo, who is a security and governance expert. Ol Kalou Decides, security goons and reclaiming the country. That's the conversation that we will have with Eric Okeo at 9. You, at 9 o'clock, trot off to KTN to then start that conversation. Sindo? Okay, so Dennis goes to continue that coverage on KTN at 9. But, we'll continue with our conversations as we do. We'll say hello to you in a minute. You'll tell us where you're tuned in from this morning and how things are looking for you. All right, but before that, you've taken us to Libya this week. Where are we?
Yeah, I was just looking up on a few things in Libya, and ever since the fall of Muammar Gaddafi, can anyone ever talk about the democracy that was being taken to Libya and whether it does exist today? One would say that idea of democracy that Libya wanted to achieve is something that continues to be a mirage, continues to be a story, but there is hope. Even the people are hopeful that perhaps they would get to enjoy things that they enjoyed before, even as they continue to push for the modern day democracy that everybody is pushing. But let's go to the proverb. A thief is a thief, whether he steals meat from a pot of soup or he steals diamonds.
A thief is a thief, whether he steals meat from a pot of soup or
he steals diamonds.
Or steals diamonds. Okay, yes, indeed. You are who you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that person is who that person is.
Yes.
So I guess there is no greater evil than another. And I know that, like, even in biblicals, that it talks about the 7 sins that God hates, but that sin is sin. Evil is evil. You can't say, well, my evil is just a little bit.
A little bit.
The concentration of my evil is only 16% vis-a-vis or 67%. No, it doesn't work like that. So I mean, wrong is wrong. Bad is bad. And can you, and I know that there's some things for which there are greater punishments, but let's call it as it is.
Yep.
Call a spade and not a big spoon.
Yeah. And I think it also goes to show you that if, just bring it back home, if someone has stolen before and they steal again because you allow them to, it's just who they are and don't expect them to change
because
at any given point. It's just because that's who they are. 2027.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming.
That's for sure.
Yes.
All right. Let's take a minute to say good morning to you guys. You tuned in this morning. Peter Kiarie says, tuning from Mombasa. No religion in the world is greater than kindness. No scripture is deeper than compassion. No prayer is holier than love. It's true. And they say it's even in the same scriptures sometimes. And the greatest of these is love. So of these 3 remain faith, hope, and love. And the greatest is love. The greatest actually is love. Love on somebody a little bit more today. G. Kenyan says, good morning from Nairobi. Good morning to you. Robert Mbogo is also tuned in from Mombasa. And a very good morning to you, Karibu Sana, to the 16th of July. James says, hello. The only price fit for loyalty is trust. If anyone receives cash for it, they simply mean to con the giver. Sindo. Henry says, good morning, Spice family. Dennis and Ndru, Lero ni Lero. I remember in school a magician would come. You guys used to get a magician in your school?
Yeah.
What kind of fancy school is that? Swallow razor blades and vomit needles.
Yeah.
It was not, if it was true, today the same magician would be performing. People, you guys used to have magicians come to your school?
Especially during, what would that be? The show? Like the SK shows.
Voila.
Kichwa bila mwili. Someone just dug a pit and got in there and like kichwa bila mwili and you had to pay.
Jerry School, they used to come every week.
Every week?
Magicians.
Wow. Wow.
What school did you?
What school is that?
Bougie you. You guys had magicians and stuff. Okay. Fantastic. Mark Mwangi says, good morning, Spice family. We speak peace in today's election. Losing a life is one too many. Godspeed. Indeed, we pray for protection throughout today. And that anybody who is planning on doing anything untoward, that they may be stopped in their tracks even before they wake up from their beds. So no. That's a good prayer to pray.
Yes.
Roger Nyange tuned in from Voi this morning, and Oseno Mark says, tune in from Namboboto City in Busia. It is market day in Funyula, and we shall be discussing the Ol Kalou by-elections happening today. Blessed Thursday, good people, and to you too. Good morning, Christina. Ndu Anaseto, yes. Have you come across the guy, Mr. Mwema, who randomly does polls across the country? Now, the polls that you're talking about, polls asking people, or polls like electricity poll?
Yeah, polls. Opinion polls.
Oh, opinion polls.
Yes.
Ruto is always the first to be eliminated. I don't trust that poll where Ruto had over 30%. Oh, it's just a guy who's like walking around with a microphone in the city. Oh, okay, yes, I think I've seen that.
I actually like what it does because it's just with random people on the road and like hapa iko huyu na huyu sasa wewe unasemaje au huyu ameenda nyumbani
Yeah,
IEBC.
The process of elimination is IEBC. Perhaps you need to learn a lesson from that guy because no Kim's kid, whatever, is elimination 1 2 1 2. We go. Yep, true. Simon Muhio says, good morning, Team Spice. I wish the good people of Ol Kalou a peaceful voting day. Yes. Nashon Gogi says, good morning, Indu and Dennis. Nabi Deno, you strike again. I'm wondering why the judge never declared the gun laws since 2015. Not many civilians own guns, but just like you stated, once again, tunabebwa omena. You see, I've told you, people have now understood this my omena story.
Guys.
They have finally understood my omena story. Do you understand?
Wait.
Yeah. Thank you. They get it.
You know how much I love omena. Leo lacha nifunguke.
I don't know why.
I love omena.
Why? What's the matter with you?
But you know, omena is just little fish.
Exactly.
It's just not
why
grown
eat the little
to
fish?
maturity.
You see? What you're eating babies. No, Nasata.
Babies.
Juvenile fish.
No.
That's what you're eating.
That is meant to be
leave
eaten.
the babies alone.
That's meant to be. Have you ever eaten omena?
Really? Look at me.
I'm asking.
No.
Or you only eat caviar. Now you eat the eggs.
Shut up.
You and your bullshitness, you're eating the eggs.
Did you hear?
Wait for them to even mature. Okay.
In fact, there's a new saying. Wana tu beba omena. Wana tu beba omena.
Wait, leave omena alone.
I love it. Oh my God. Nashon, well done. You're my new best friend. Eric Yoga says, good morning, Wangwana. We have a new day. Let's hope it comes with new things. Waiting for the by-election. Wanda says, good morning. Oh, Christina saying, if we invite Infotrack poll guys, bring them alongside Mr. Mwema. Sindio,
true. That
would be a fun show, I think. And also to get some insights to find out, maybe you could learn a thing or two from this guy and how he does it. Good morning, Ndwana Seto says, Wanda, did you watch the game? Yes. Unfortunately, bye, Miss. No, it's England. Okay. It's England is going home. And Lionel Messi just proved again why he's a farm animal.
Meh.
Exactly.
Okay.
England scored and then parked their bus so early. Argentina was able to attack until they scored 2. Hope France comes third and Spain wins. So people are rooting for Spain to win this and that Argentina can actually go home. The reason as to why people don't want Argentina to win has actually become political if you're on some of these spaces and to see what exactly is happening Argentina vis-a-vis Africans. So you want to look at that. It's quite interesting. But it looks like Spain are the favorites for this World Cup. It'll be interesting to see. We'll talk about this a little bit tomorrow. Robinson and Davis join us tomorrow to have this World Cup analysis. So that's something to look into.
Davis Odongomberia.
That's what
calling people with their
and Robinson. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
That will be fun tomorrow as they join us to have that conversation. So yes, Argentina's through to the final. They'll be playing the Spaniards, and we're already saying vamonos. Okay. Vamonos. Good morning, SpiceFM, KE, TSR fam. This is David Mangera, and he says, Argentina will win the World Cup from the look of things. Well, let's see. You didn't see Spain coming, did you? Leo says, good morning, Princess Ndu. Hello, Princess Ndu and Aseto. Today is the day Ol Kalou goes to war and needs water cannons and more than 1,000 security agents to quell the war. Sindo? Yeah, it looks like we're going to war for some reason. Dan Stilagat says, good morning. A dog that pretends to be a sheep will one day bark in the pen. Yes, it will. Or the hyena that you pick up from the road and think it's a dog will one day laugh at you as it eats you. Leo says, I heard a citizen has taken a petition to the Senate to enforce the We the People clause and recall every elected leader, but as always our non-existent legislators will put a roadblock on it. Of course. Can you imagine what would happen if somebody came for your job? Do you not see yourself defending it? They would defend it by all means necessary.
But we the people.
Exactly. Somebody also took something else to court yesterday. What was that?
It took a bill to a petition actually to Parliament requesting
to stop this by-election for today.
There is that, and then there is another petition to talk about ED, erectile dysfunction.
Why do they have to take it to court?
They want actually it was taken to Parliament.
So that what?
Because they want SHA to cover that as a disease and disability, because at the moment SHA does not cover that.
Yeah, okay. Well, things might look up.
Yeah.
Things might actually look up.
Up to salute.
Okay. Sylvia Legua says, good morning, my lovely duo, Ndu and Dennis. We are officially at 390 days to freedom. Walala. Let's hope Ol Kalauians will have a peaceful voting day and vote the right leader. May they make us proud. Okay, here we go. Drift Session says, good morning. Ol Kalou roars and England cowers. Imagine. However, it is very interesting that a senior member of the legislature could lose his gun, which would later be used in a captured robbery. Yeah, how do you lose a gun? It's not like your earring.
Yeah.
Falls out. Yeah. How'd you lose a gun? Did you drop it in the supermarket? Or like, what happens with that?
I just no longer use it. So it dropped somewhere. And because I don't use it, then
it turns up in a robbery.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Wana tubeba nini?
Ufala.
Oh, mena.
Ufala.
Imagine
a man is just looking at you, please.
Okay. Hisa Daniel says, good morning to you. Robert is also tuned in. Robert Abusa is tuned in this morning. Erica War says, good morning, guys. Good morning to you. Bernard Kineti says, good morning. This World Cup, what did the World Cup do? Ooh, these things are just coming fast and furious. Tibbs Muge, so let's start with Tibbs. Says, good morning, SpiceFM team. Kenya needs a copy of Prince Michelle's plan ASAP. Start the plan as soon as possible, preferably yesterday. Sylvia, we see you. Good morning to you. Drift Session, of course, we understand. Bernard Kiniti says, good morning. The World Cup is giving me heartaches. Champs of Europe and champs Copa America. I said to who watches number 3? Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see who wins that. Between France and England, we see who is rooting for who. Okay, Nancy Abura says, good morning. Eric, we see you. Very good morning to you as well. Leo ndio ile siku ya kujua mbivu na mbichi. What's mbivu?
Mbivu. Bitter.
Oh, bitter and then raw.
Yeah.
Mbichi's raw. Uncooked.
Yeah.
Robert Asusa says, Lusa said, good morning. Okay, this YouTube thing. Very good morning to you. Karibu Sana. Thank you for joining us in the room this morning. Robert Abusa and Hisa Daniel says, good morning. If they visit you and you give them money, and when you visit them, you will still give them money. Who are they? It's like a riddle. It's them. Exactly.
Them.
It's Kenny's tuned in this morning. Good morning, Princess Nduana Seto. A very good day today. Asante Sana. Frederick Kavoy says, for sure, let Ol Kalou get the bragging rights. Let the people get the bragging rights. That's what I say.
Yes.
Kins and Friends says, good morning, Spice family. May this day be the blessings to each and everyone across the country. Let love be the only human nature among citizens. Absolutely. Eric Yoga says, God is good, Team Kubwa. So in Ol Kalou, for every 6 voters, there is 1 policeman. Kenya, my country. Yes, there is.
Yes.
Count how many people are in Ol Kalou.
Yeah.
It's Kenny says 3 heavily guarded places today. 1, State House, 2, CBK, and finally Ol Kalou. Luhimbo says, good morning. As usual, tuned in from Dar, Asante Sana. I thank God for the life and another day. I wish you all the best and peaceful elections in Ol Kalou. G. Kenya says, hakuna dhambi ndogo mbele ya Bwana. Kabisa. Daniel Churo says, good morning, my faves. Wishing Ol Kalou a peaceful and fair by-election. IEBC chair and his commission should know that the eyes of Kenyans are all on them. Kenya's democracy is on trial again today. Hosanna Emily says, good morning. Leo ni leo. Asemaya kesho ni muongo. May God prevail in our hearts. Yes,
Amen.
May he. Paul Olaka says, tuned in. Good morning, Leo. We wait for Ol Kalou. Isa Mathenge says, good morning, watching from Diani Ukunda. Very good morning to you. D Combo says, good morning, lovely ones. Now wasikiza hapa shopping center nikicheza isikuti. Hey, mapema, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Masharon Jero says, good morning, Team Spice, Ndu and Dennis. Ol Kalou is where the action is. My hometown from Portland in Oregon. So you are watching from Portland in Oregon.
Yeah.
What is happening in your hometown of Ol Kalou?
Yeah.
Sawa. David Magara, beg your pardon, says, exactly, Deno, you just read my mind. If you eat eggs, then you're eating boneless chicken, baby chicken. Ndu, if Argentina wins, we'll give you a rooster. Okay, I can jive with that. I like my chicken.
You like your chicken?
Yes.
Road run?
Yes.
That one slaps
the
hard.
Stuff,
yeah.
Proper. I hate people eating baby fish.
No, you eat eggs. Let's go.
Good morning, Spice FM. How are you all this blessed Thursday? Hope Ronaldo is watching 2026 World Cup football. Messi, let's go. Okay. Christina Wasonga says, good morning, Spice. Tuned in. The World Cup is giving me heartache. Just relax. Good morning, Nitos from Goya, Kirinyaga County. Very good morning to you, Anthony. Rascador says, good morning, my spicy people. May the people of Ol Kalou begin the journey to the Kenya we want. Yes. Joe Mungai says, good morning, Spice Nation. Today's contest has nothing to do with the voter. It's all about the 2 puppeteers, Ruto and Gachagua. I've said it for the longest time. You voter what? And Divine says, haha, Dennis, hapo umetudanganya. Mbivu is ripe, not bitter, as in fruits. Oh.
How can mbivu be ripe? See, imeiva and you ripe. Imeiva.
Sasa unaniuliza mimi?
So umeiva.
See what you did there.
Imagine me telling you, ndio, ni mbivu. Umeiva, love's not better.
I don't even know. You can even be insulting me and my grandmother. I have no idea.
Sure I'm not. Sure I'm not.
Good morning, everybody. We're so delighted that you tuned in today. Let's get into these conversations. What's on the front page of the Standard, Kenya's bold newspaper today, is Rigathi versus Ruto. D-Day in Ol Kalou. More than 1,000 police officers have descended on Ol Kalou as voters head to the ballot after weeks of violence, alleged vote buying, claims of state interference and accusations of bias against the IEBC. While the Electoral Commission insists the unprecedented security deployment is meant to safeguard the integrity of the vote, the opposition sees intimidation and selective enforcement of the law. The mini poll became more than a contest, rather has become more than a contest for a parliamentary seat. It is a test of the country's democratic practices, of the IEBC's credibility, and how 2027 general election may shape up. All of these things is in the thing. And here, can you see what I was saying?
Yeah.
The people of Ol Kalou are not mentioned once.
Yes.
And this is just picked up from a narrative that is very clear on the ground. So this headline tells you the story as it is. But one thing is sure. You know what, at some point, you even forget who the candidates were. Did you know that except for the senator for Senator Methu singing Sami Waweru Kamau. Did you know that was one of the candidates? Did you know that both the candidates that are in contention for these two parties are both called Sami? Did you know that in this by-election there were 8 other candidates, that there was a total of 10 candidates for this parliamentary seat? Did you even know who the candidates were? So my point again, that this is not about you, me, or the people of Ol Kalou.
If you ask the people today what they know about Ol Kalou, one is that they have a dam, because now they have boats.
Okay.
It is the only constituency in the country that has government cooking gas. It is the only constituency in the country as well who have GOK mattresses that was distributed to the people. It is also the only constituency right now that is swimming in billions.
Hello.
Yeah.
Well, apart from that, I think it's interesting that finally you see their faces.
Yeah.
On the day when now people are already heading to the polls to vote for these and 8 other gentlemen in this by-election. I think it's very interesting.
Do you think the people of Ol Kalou know who the front runners in this election are?
No, I don't. It's just that people were singing a song dressed in a head scarf and leso, and others were maybe mentioning their name every now and then. Yeah, for real. It would be interesting if you actually did a poll. In fact, that's one of the things that Alan should talk to us about, or Ken, and tell us whether people actually know these candidates that they are voting for. And looking into the other news that's making the headlines today, Uganda military sets tough conditions for Kenyan herders. And they've basically said, you want to cross over here? The Ugandan government has authorized drought-affected Turkana herders to cross into the Karamoja sub-region for water and pasture, but only under tight security measures. The herders must leave all firearms in Kenya. Community leaders are requested to formally guarantee that no armed groups will enter Uganda. Kotido resident District Commissioner Charles Ichogor said the pastoralists would be restricted to designated grazing zones under Ugandan supervision. So yes, we know that this part of the country is one that is actually experiencing a drought at the moment. So the Ugandans have said, you want your cattle to graze? No problem. But do what? Leave your weapons over there.
Yeah.
No armed people, and you can only graze over here.
And also come as groups so that we can handle you.
Exactly.
You know what we can do?
Yes.
What we can do as a country, based off research, cattle likes hay. Like hay that is dry. It likes
Grass.
that hay, But we'll think about feeding our cattle from grass that is on ground and whatever. We can intentionally decide to grow hay and take to these areas. If we are intentional in growing the livestock industry, cattle, meat, milk, and leather. You get? But we're doing things like our forefathers did, like our ancestors did, and think that that will still make sense in the 21st century. We can grow grass.
Yeah.
Galana kolalu hoi.
Okay. You notice I'm quiet.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I try to give solutions.
I hear you. It's very good.
The PS, former deputy governor Nairobi, right?
Ooh, the PS for livestock. Is Jonathan Mweke.
Mweke, yeah. Jonathan Mweke, free advice.
Ah, okay.
I'm not charging yet.
Oh, okay. Yet. This is a story that's also on page 2 of the Standard. Parent sues a school and head teacher for suspending girl in an Airbnb saga.
Okay.
On July 3rd, Hospital Hill Comprehensive School Home sent home a grade 8 student and directed that she's taken for counselling at a government-owned institution. Why? The mother was required to accompany her back to school on the 20th of July. The school's head teacher indicated that the teen had booked an Airbnb during the midterm break and had been seen with a male learner, and therefore the need for counselling. Do you see now the problem? You've decided, you see now that you've booked an Airbnb with this boy, you're not okay. Do we ever get to the root cause of an issue? Anyway, so they've suspended her and all of this, and the parent have said, you want to play with my daughter? Take you to court.
The person who actually accepted cash when this girl was booking the Airbnb, what were they thinking of?
There's so many things wrong with this story. There's so many things wrong with this story because anybody could argue, first of all, they were on midterm at that moment. None of them were in school. They were doing their business outside of school. First of all, how did you find it? How did you know that they had booked it? There's so many layers of wrong in this entire story in the first place. It's now a full-blown court battle. The minor's mother is accusing the school management of invading her privacy and making false accusations. The mother, in her case against the school, the head teacher and the chair of the board of management and the Teacher Service Commission, argues that she was aware of her daughter's whereabouts during the break. So if me, her mother, knows where she is and I'm okay and she's on break, why are you, number one, getting into her business? Number two, why are you concerned about what she's doing when she's on the midterm? And why are you making it public? The law is sometimes very clear.
True.
In this case, she's got a case because what business is it of yours what's happening?
She's on midterm. She's home.
She accuses the teacher of illegally accessing the girl's Instagram account during the course of the institution's investigations. Exactly. Another problem. She cites the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner and the Commission on Administrative Justice as interested parties. It's just because, I'm telling you. Because even this teacher, my God.
Yeah, what were you doing?
What were you thinking at the point? See, they knew that there was... Unless there's another issue under here that they wanted to deal with, and they were using this as a proxy to now sort out that problem. See, now you just come out and say the problem as this girl is troublesome. What is the case? So the school claims the grade 8 student was booked in an Airbnb and with another learner during the midterm break, and the mother accuses the school of falsehood, saying she was aware that the girl was at a party. Tawa. Sasa, you maybe saw the confirmation that we've booked the Airbnb where ukaona ni na a boy alone. Do you see the problem?
Was a party. Okay.
Makaya, chronicler of an 18 World Cup on his unmatched journey. After almost 70 years covering the world's biggest sporting event, Makaya prepares to retire. The 91-year-old Argentine broadcaster has chronicled football history from Pele's rise and Maradona's magic to Messi's win. And so he's saying goodbye. Mushelule is the guy with the missing gun. Now, his gun has been found in the home of a criminal. Come on, guys, connect the dots and see if it draws a gun. Yeah, because what? A firearm belonging to the Court of Appeal Judge Agri Mushelule was discovered in the house of a suspected robber who was gunned down in Joska, Machakos County on Monday. So we saw that the police... They actually gunned down this fella because he's the one who was said to be robbing people around the Westlands, whatever area. Then now this gun that was found in his house happens to be the gun of Judge Mushelule. And now people are wondering,
Wait.
He had lost his gun.
So this guy had 2 guns?
Who, Mushelule?
No. These are Chiang guy.
I mean, he's a thug. He could have had 5.
Crazy, eh?
It is crazy. Ototsi Sifuna want details of payouts to protest victims. They say, you're paying people out this money. Have you started paying them? How much are you actually paying them? Because you can tell us you pay 2 million, but you pay 200,000.
Or 0 shillings.
Integrity of mini-election under scrutiny as voters head to the ballot, and they're doing that this morning. And over 1,000 security officers in place amid fears of election malpractice. I'm still wondering what these police people are going to do.
I don't know.
What are they actually going to do there? Okay. Court battle looms over JSC plan to publish judges' performance. That has never happened before, whereby you publish it and say that this judge has done 1, 2, 3. And so they're saying it's interesting that the JSC has a problem. They're going to take it to court. Which court?
Yeah.
Where the judge sits, who is also scrutinized by the JSC. Do you see how you just muddy the waters?
Yeah.
Who's going to... There is no way that bias will not be brought into this. And that how can a court be independent when the JSC, which is the regulatory body of the judiciary, now is being put to task? So many things. Inside the 6.4 billion shilling payroll scam, 14 state agencies and counties have been implicated. And in the middle of all of this is Public Service Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Ruku. 6.4 billion shillings is the cumulative amount of money siphoned by rogue officials via payroll fraud in various state agencies, departments, and counties. You've had those things of ghost workers and the like.
Yeah.
Do you?
Let's not say siphoned, stolen.
Okay.
Let's just call it for what it is.
That's
Been stolen.
If a thief who stole a chicken is the same who stole a diamond. Okay.
Mwis.
Okay. Journalists demand protection in the line of duty, as they should. State repeating costly errors of secrecy debt in the SGR extension. This one that they're extending it from Suswa to Malaba. How much money are you actually spending? Don't repeat the mistake, essentially, is what we're being told. So it goes on to say that Ogamba tasked to explain falling TVET enrollments and funding gaps. A lot of TVET students still complaining to date that they have not received money, even when they apply for them. On the opinion pages today, Elias Makua talks about those killed during protests did not die according to God's plan. And so this must be compensated in one way or another. All right, you already know what's happening with World Cup news. Tell us about what's going on in the nation.
Nation rumble in the mountain is the headline. Now, 9 candidates are vying for the Ol Kalou parliamentary seat today. Now, President Ruto and his former deputy Rigathi Gachagua are relying on polls outcome to test their influence in the region. Finally, someone is trusting and believing in the polls. Now, UDA clinched its first seat in the constituency in the 2021 Ruri ward by-election, with DCP hoping to bag its first parliamentary seat. Now, a loss for UDA will be seen as a no-confidence vote against Ruto's rule and cement view he has lost support in the mountain. Now, heavy spending, including showering residents with government branding gifts and cash handouts and violence, marred the campaign. So the total registered voters here is 73,480. We have sent 1,000 police officers, right? Now, polling stations are 144 and wards are 5. Capish? Who's taking the day today? Is it the people or is it President William Ruto and former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua? 164,000 children miss life-saving vaccines. A new report shows that more Kenyan children had zero-dose status last year, meaning they did not receive a single vaccine. Some 133,493 children missed vaccines in 2024. And the figure increased by 31,000 last year, according to the WHO and UNICEF report. Now, if we're seeing children missing vaccine that is very critical in their well-being and growth, what exactly are we looking at in terms of the future of these children and their protection against diseases like polio?
God in heaven knows.
You know, and here's where we ask, if you don't take care of the most vulnerable in the society, how then are you sure? How then do you go back to the people and say, we will take care of you in the future?
Well, the anti-vaxxers would tell you that maybe this is a good problem because then you don't need to be vaccinating your children anyway.
Okay.
That's what the anti-vaxxers would say, but okay.
Yeah, but research shows something different. Now, judges missing pistol linked to violent crimes in 3 counties. Court of Appeal Judge Agri Mushirula's missing firearm has been linked to an attack on restaurant patrons in Westlands last weekend and other crimes in Nairobi, Kiambu and Kilifi counties. Remember what I told you? There's a time when the police requested every gun holder to return their guns so that
Yep.
they can get the footprints.
Yep.
That is why they can link this gun to the other incidents that have happened in the country. Why? Because they have the footprint of that gun. So when I tell you that these people can do a proper investigation, it's because they can, because they have the facilities
Yep.
to do that. Now, focus on producing work-ready graduates. Kenya is reshaping its skills developing systems to produce graduates who are ready for work. But even as we do that, what exactly are we seeing with the education ministry? That funding remains being a problem. So preparing these students to be ready for the market, how do you do that when you do not have them in class or school? Rastafarians bid to ban weed ends up in smoke. So it is not a question for the Rastafarian community only. It's a national question that cuts across the entire spectrum of our society. That's according to Justice Bahati Mamuye. So in short, the judge dismisses petitions seeking to make exemptions for marijuana use, but calls for national debate on cannabis laws. So it is not about the Rastafarians. When you talk about them, talk about security of the country and the laws as well that have banned the item, cannabis. MPs give theological schools 3 months to comply with the law. Do you want to be a pastor?
Me, are you asking me?
Not you. Do you want to be a pastor? Do you want to be a bishop?
Yeah.
So, theological schools have 3 months to comply with the law.
What is
Everybody who wants to be in there. So Parliament has given theological colleges 90 days to regularize their operations with the Ministry of Education or face closure. So those who graduate in these schools must follow a certain curriculum. All their grades must go and must be certified by the Ministry of Education. So everybody who's graduating today and has not gone through the requirements that are sanctioned by the Education Ministry, huja graduate, we bado si pastor. We bado si pastor. We bado ni utaitwa quack.
Wow.
That's exactly who you'll be.
Pastor in training.
That's pastor in training. Pastor in training.
Yeah.
Okay. Sacred crackdown. Catholic bishop suspends 7 priests. Now, Bishop Joya says criticism had been directed at him over claims that he wasn't disciplining errant priests. Now, I have mobilized hundreds of millions of shillings, more than all the money the Christians of this diocese have contributed for their church, without counting the projects in parishes. So some of the priests was because of mambo mengi, including having children.
Okay.
Having children. Others, it's wanapenda pombe sana, wanapenda pombe, and walikuwa you just have to go. Please, enda kunywa pombe huko nje. Enda kuwa na watoto huko nje.
Not here.
Si hapa ndani.
No.
Hapa ndani iko sheria. Now, Ol Kalou mini poll is compromised. So findings based on reports submitted, 15 observers deployed to their constituencies. So from the word go, they're saying reports of vote buying inducements, alleged attempts to buy IDs, campaign disruptions and violence raise concerns about the process. So Elog is saying even as they go to elections, still there are questions that must be answered. We go to page 6. Not every handout during campaigns is bribery, says IEBC.
Okay, IBC. It's interesting that it was Commissioner Ann Derrito who was actually saying that. Okay.
Yeah, not every handout is a bribe.
Oh, so I'm interested. So which one is and which one is not?
How do you?
How can
what's
you?
the category?
Exactly.
How do you see bribe?
To know which one is a bribe. So that's what she's saying. That some are bribes. See, then you stop the one that are.
Yes. The one who's bribing, so you strike them off. The one who's bribing, so you take them to jail, because you have an idea which one is bribe and which one is not.
You know, sometimes if you don't have anything to say,
shut up. Zima. From critic to partner, state changes tune on the Ford Foundation. You remember? Yeah, so the government seeks a parliamentary approval to grant Ford Foundation official tax breaks and protections in Kenya. What has changed? What has changed? Because during the Gen Z protest, it was said that Ford Foundation was one behind fuel funding the same. So what has changed from then to now that you're actually offering to give them tax breaks, especially in a country where we're saying everybody must pay what? Taxes. Nini wameona? Ama wamepewa?
Suddenly,
they're friends.
Yes.
They're friends.
There's a thin line between love and hate, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. So 59 Kenyans killed fighting for Russia in a war.
Yeah.
So again, Prime Cabinet Secretary Salemu Davadi, what happened? Tuangalie star.
Why Ol Kalou vote is a litmus test for Ruto and Gachagua. The Mount Kenya Kingpin poll to give indication of region's 2027 political mood. That's what it's being looked at. It's the barometer for what things are looking like getting into 2027. And I think everybody has established that. And that the people are just, the ones to deliver this. So that's, again, court dismisses Rastafarians' bid to legalize bang. So that's not going to happen for now. So the herb will have to be consumed other ways. Huh? State freezes public service appointments to tame rising wage bill. Or, you could have a conversation with the CS Public Service and you could actually, for once and for all, weed out the ghost workers. How's that for an idea on a Thursday morning?
There's weeding out ghost workers as well. There is the fact that there are those who are beyond the retirement age who need to as well retire.
Ama? Yeah, okay. Historic surgery gives endangered rhino calf a second chance at life. Now, it's interesting because I love this. Ogamba is now blaming the Treasury for delays and budget gaps for funding crisis in education. You see now all this problem you people have been saying is us.
It's them.
It's them. That's the reason why. If not, sisi tuko tayari kufanya kazi isipokuwa pesa haijakuja kutoka uko.
Mina swali. When these people sit in those cabinet meetings chaired by
they are both CSs.
You're like, Ndosi, I am unable to take children to school because this man has not done what? Has not paid me.
Certainly, this man, the man is sitting next to you.
Yeah, because this man. See, the president is there. This man is not paying me. What's the problem? See you direct.
We operate in silos and then we expect to have a concert of solutions. It cannot happen that way. And then you're obviously not talking to each other.
You're not.
Talk to each other. See if you can get something. But he has gone to Parliament essentially to say that the problem in education is Treasury. Treasury is the problem.
Guess what Treasury will say? We have not seen the request. How do we effect this without a request?
No. Senate flags gaps in fuel deal and calls for sweeping reforms. Okay.
In what?
Fuel deal.
Okay.
Fuel, petrol. Okay. State shuts door on new public jobs. That's what we're talking about. And court declines to bid to probe clinic for child trafficking. And they're not quite sure what's going on. Now, let me tell you something. Clinicians are warning, and I'm going to say this thing because we now have to start behaving ourselves. Gonorrhea is driving STI cases among youth. If you're going to put something in something else and expect a particular result, then don't be surprised. We need to be very careful how we're moving.
Yep.
Because these diseases are going to start eating us up. And the things that it will do to you in the future is untold. Do not engage in risque sexual behavior. You will get sick. And unfortunately, with all the nonsense that we're seeing about drugs not being available and the fake ones being on the ground, you will die. Stop it.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.